Oh, shit. You guys like Mega Man? The really fun run-and-gun platformers with tough yet learnable difficulty, tons of interesting weapons, and an almost bottomless cast of really cool characters, all with a unique and fascinating story connecting most of the series into these little timelines in an Astro Boy-looking future. This series is great, and I love it. And that's mostly because Capcom was really cooking when it comes to this robot back in the day. Almost everything he appeared in was a banger. And that included all the crossover games they shoved him in, specifically their crossover fighting games. From NES Mega Man and Smash Bros. All the way to Game Boy Advance Zero and SVC Chaos, this company is the cool parents when it comes to sleepovers, even now. And that includes the sleepovers of other mediums. And maybe those other mediums include ones of the comic variety. With Spider-Man. We're talking about Marvel vs. Capcom, just in case you didn't. Let's get into it, it's fine. The Mega Man series has a very healthy presence in MVC, with every game after the first one having at least 2 characters. Hell, the only time Mega Man himself hasn't been included in one of these games was in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but Zero's in that game instead, so it's fine. Now, the game that has the most Mega Man characters hands down is Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Because instead of 2 characters, they have 2 characters that are actually viable, and 2 more characters that are jokes. So 4. And it's those 2 joke characters, Servebot and Roll, that I want to talk about today. Both because I think joke characters can help with the disconnect between casual and competitive players, and mostly because I main Roll and must maintain the agenda. So let's get into it a bit, it should be fun, starting with Servebot, okay. Alright, so here's Servebot. First impressions are that he's really fucking small. So small, in fact, that there are attacks from most of the entire cast that'll just go right over the little guy as he gets in. And all of his attacks are pretty silly and fun. Like, his normals include peeling potatoes, tripping with a stack of plates, setting a table and offering you food. And his specials are eating spicy food, which you have to properly time, calling in his friends below and above you that have multiple variations each, throwing a paper airplane that you have to press start to perform, and a big mech. And his supers include calling everyone to trample you, and growing big and hitting you with a giant hammer. This is funny, this is silly, and Servebot sounds like a deceptively decent character by the way I'm describing him, but he has 2 fatal flaws. Flaws that cause this little robot to absolutely plummet in viability. He has no health and does absolutely 0 damage. Like, check this out. Here is a heavy from Servebot, okay? And here is a heavy from Tron. Now a heavy from Jill. Now a heavy from Rogue, and Wolverine, and Sansan, and Spider-Man. I'm sure you get it. Servebot's damage is genuinely nothing. He has one, count it, one move that isn't pure dookie water, and it's this super. Full range, really low to the ground, lasts a while, and does good damage. But that just means that if you don't have meter, you're about as effective as a paper cut. And while you may be hard to hit, if someone does manage, then you're pretty fucked cause of the low health. So Servebot isn't good. Fair enough. But did anybody expect him to be? Like, nobody was gonna choose this guy with the intention to win anything. Look at him. This is a dumb joke character, so he was never gonna be good. But what he is fun. And that goes double for Roll, though sadly she's a bit bigger than Servebot, but that's just what you get when you play as a little girl instead of a Lego minifigure. And even then, she's still small enough to have a lot of attacks fly right over her. Now, her normals are still as stubby as Servebot, but you can kind of tell from them that she's at least an attempt to make a more serious character out of the jokes. She even has some tiny combos with her lights and the same slide as her brother, as well as a small launcher. It feels like she's playing the same game as everyone else, just poorly as you would expect from like an 8-year-old. For specials, she has 3, a flower bomb, a charge shot, and an item shot. The other 3 moves on the list change the properties of that item shot. You can use the Leaf Shield for Mega Man 2, the Tornado Shot for Mega Man 8, or the Mega Ball that was also put in Mega Man 8 as a reference to Mega Man Soccer. Her supers are also neat. She can turn Rush into a drill, Beak into a bomber, and she even has her own little super form where she gets really fucking big and hits you with the Kill Ray. So it sounds, despite some weaknesses, that the devs tried a little more to make Roll a better character than Servebot, right? More usable normals, less interesting but more useful specials, and okay supers. It feels like the devs put more into Roll, right? Well, not really, because the devs didn't put a lot into Roll, because she has nothing unique to herself. Because she's just Mega Man. And that's where we get to the most damning aspect of Roll in this game, an aspect that was probably intentional due to her being a joke character. She's basically just Mega Man, but worse. Same specials, same supers, same items, worse normals, worse damage, worse health, and does not have the instant projectile button that he does. She has the Flower Bomb, that's unique, but it replaces the much better Rising Punch that Mega Man has. Now, I get the joke they're trying to make here. Roll and Mega Man are siblings, but while Mega Man was upgraded into a battle robot, Roll was not. She's trying to fight like her brother, but has no battle experience or enhancements. I get it. And I mean, she does have a double jump, which is pretty cool, and like I said, her smaller height makes it harder to hit her. But come on, those things do not make up for this many weaknesses and similarities. And on the joke side, man, Servebot at least had unique animations. Roll has nothing. No real advantages or strengths, nothing that would set her apart from the much better Mega Man. And she sits as one of the absolute worst characters in the entire game, sometimes being paired with Servebot, and sometimes having a tier exclusive to herself called Roll Tier. So, after all that, why did I say I main her at the beginning? Well, that's simple. Because she's fun. Don't get me wrong, she's bad. If you want to win a game, pick Mega Man. And the fun parts, setting up a Leaf Shield to pair with your Charge Shot, or kicking a ball around as you try to get some combos in, it's all things Mega Man can also do. But it's just so much more fun to do as Roll. And honestly, I don't even know what it is. Is it the extremely short range that makes you need to get in close as opposed to Mega Man's more zoner playstyle? Is it the inherently fun sight of seeing characters like Thanos or Venom getting beat up by a little girl? Or is it the fact that I may be biased just because I like Roll more than Mega Man? I don't know, but she is so much fun in this game that she is always the first one I pick. And a similar thing goes with Servebot. He is also incredibly fun to play. I just don't like how his damage is basically tickling the opponent, so I don't pick him as much. But overall, does it still suck that Roll doesn't really have anything unique to herself? Well, yeah, that's kind of lame, sure. But man, who the hell cares? Who cares that her health and damage are on the low side? Who cares that her sprite work isn't as good as the others? Who cares if she's not viable? Would it be cool if she was all of those things? Yeah, it would, but that's not why she's in the game. She's here because it's fun, and she is fun. And that's something I feel is really important to fighting games, because as competitive as fighting games should be, and as viable as everyone should be, most games should also have that one choice that's only really made because it would be fun. The choice for the casual audience as opposed to the competitive one. Like adding Servebot to Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and giving him really unique and detailed animations for no reason. Or adding Phoenix right to the third game and giving him an evidence collection mechanic. Or adding Piranha Plant to Smash Bros. And making its super a reference to the Subspace Emissary. Or even adding a famous soccer player or DJ to your Fatal Fury game. Because that option to engage with the dumb or silly shit just because it's fun for casuals is something most fighting games should have. It's honestly just as important as the super viable god tiers for the competitive players. And hell, I've even seen some competitive players play Phoenix right. Because it's fun, and games should be fun, and that's why I like playing Roll. She's not viable, in fact competitively, she's god-awful. But casually, when I don't want to research character metas online or try to get good at the combos and what works with what, it's fun to just sit down and try and beat up Cable as a little girl with a Mega Buster. Because casually, a character is only bad if they aren't fun to play. And while the competitive scene is really important for fighters, not every game should be competitive all the time, forever and ever. But that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. Servebot never appeared again, and Roll only showed up one more time in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, where she's supposedly more of her own character. But I've never played Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, and that's probably not the game anyone here came for, so I don't know, maybe some other time. But yeah, Servebot and Roll are fun, and fighters should have options for the dumb fun shit, even if it's not viable. And if you watched all the way through and did enjoy it, thank you, honestly. I genuinely did not expect that Mr. Karate video to, from my perspective at least, blow up as much as it did. I just kind of did it for fun. But to see that it did, and people actually might have liked it, it's pretty cool. And in case you couldn't tell, my voice is very fucked. I'm not used to this. I'm still getting back into the swing of it. But yeah, I'll probably make some more of these. Maybe like a small handful. I don't know. They're just fun to make. But until then, I hope you have a good rest of your day. I don't know. Okay, bye.